哇，早上好，新的一天呢又开始了。今天很荣幸 ，OK， 来跟我一起呢，承运的就是我们成资集团其中发起人，就是我们的玉兰女士 ，OK Veronica。
大家好，早上好。
那我们走吧，慢慢走。那 Veronica，OK， 也许呢，我们可以走那个海边。因为呢 Veronica 跟那个 Richard 呢，他们本身呢每天也是走1万步是吧？
对，
他们呢都是很忙，所以呢我讲嘛，其实呢凡事是靠毅力，好，是你要还是不要。他们呢的时间比我们更忙，不过他们都可以抽时间出来，也许早上没有时间，他们都很晚的时候他们都会去步行的，所以这个是我很敬佩的。那今天当然他可以与我一起晨走的时候呢，当然不能错过这个机会来说起一些他的智慧，因为他在这个培训行业里面呢已经很多年了。对，我们给他一个名称，就是培训界的女王OK 的女王。我就觉得这个呢是没有人能够去超越的，真的。因为这种名声呢不是说我只是给你一个噱头，不是，他是用经验用时间累积出来的。他从一个小白慢慢做了30多年 OK， 在成资集团里面做了这样多年，他见过的人碰过的事，真的我们都没有机会碰到。所以今天呢一定让他来跟我们分享一下 OK， 他跟一些大人物还是呢做了这样多年的培训，他在从中可以给我们什么样的提示，OK， 给我们什么样的重点，让我们能够收获满满，好不好 Veronica？
很好，
来，随着讲，对，我们边走边讲。
好的
，OK， 没有不需要很刻意的，就是慢慢走 ，OK， 因为我觉得这个是很重要的。
这里这个环境特别的漂亮，你看海边就看sunrise 上升，
对 sunrise， 那边是太阳要升上来了是那个部分，现在还没有看到。待会儿呢，哇，更漂亮。所以我们要感恩，是不是？
对。
那你做了这样多年的培训嘛，你觉得有什么样的状况下，也让你就是很难忘的一些事情上面
The things is very precious or important to me or memorable is working with the speakers. Some of the speakers has gone beyond a speaker and promoter relationship, we become good friends.
Okay.
So few speaker example, especially like Robert Kiyosaki, we are friends. We are not like speaker and promoter relationship. So this is where I think the most memorable and satisfying moments in the business.
That's very good. Yeah, I know it because each time I see you with Robert, wow, he really treat you like family. I think it's like family. I think this is so important.
Correct, yeah. Because I guess when we start in the beginning, it's all about respect, and it's all about treating people respectfully, whoever they are, big and small, young or old. And then it's also about in the beginning, the 28 years, Robert, whatever we do. Small, everything you do, whether it's big or small, especially small thing. If you do the small thing right, the big things will come.
Oh yeah.
Now I think here
that is very important.
And here we are learning here in Viking the Sage that job well done will only attract a bigger job, a better job.
Yeah, right.
So don't underestimate doing small things, small project. Most people are selective, right? They only want big project, then you put 100%. So our philosophy principle is big or small job, especially we start small, do it well, give it 100%, and then big jobs will come. That's where I feel that's our success.
I think I just want to repeat that. I think it's very, very important what Veronica said. Okay, whatever job we have, no matter how small, we must get it done and get it done well. It's only when the job get it done, then you have a bigger job opportunity coming your way. Okay, that's how the mentality, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Mindset. The
mindset.
Okay. Whether you're a business owner or whether you're an employee, For the employee, same thing. A small task, if done properly, with passion, with excellence, will only make you better in the next job or next task. And I guess that's how promotion comes about, right? If you cannot handle a small job, you think your manager will promote you to become a leader, to become a manager. Now, if you are a business owner, same thing. Okay, a small project, look the cost. You don't save the cost. You put in your 100%. You make sure your team get totally involved and do a good job. So we got a special quote to say that if anything that is worth doing, you do it with passion and excellence.
Oh, that is a good passion and excellence.
Yeah.
It's not because of the money.
No.
Money you will never, kind of prolong.
Yeah. Money is the outcome, the result of the passion and the excellent work you do. So don't look at money as the outcome you want. Look at giving your best, putting in your passion, and then I can assure you the money will follow.
So for people just come out to society and those working class, because right now we know that the job market is not that rosy as compared to previous years. What kind of advice you can give to these youngsters?
I mean, I wish I get this advice when I start young.
Right.
That, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Okay? Whatever you want to do, or whatever you dream of, take action. Take small baby steps and make mistakes. The saying goes, the more mistakes you make, the closer you get to your goal.
You're right.
Yeah?
You're
But
right.
most people are so afraid of making mistakes, so afraid of then they don't take action, They stay safe, they stay in the comfort zone.
Yes.
So that, they feel they won't make mistakes to be laughed at, or they won't make mistakes to realize that, to think that they are not good enough.
Yeah.
So the advice I always say to young people starting up, if you want to do something, just do it. What could actually happen at most, you make a mistake. And then you realize that you change your strategy. You take another form of action. So you get closer and closer to your goal, to your target.
I think that's very important. I mean, for the Chinese way, Chinese, sometimes a lot of people felt that making mistake is a shame.
Oh yeah, because face.
Yeah, your face value. Face value is very important. So even they make mistake, they will just cover it, and sometimes they don't even dare to tell people, and sometimes they don't even kind of give themselves an opportunity to go and learn, to relearn, or whatever.
But the mistakes, I mean, always remember, so long as you do things ethically and morally, legally,
Yeah, right.
how bad can it go? You know what I mean? Yeah. So just make sure you check yourself that anything you want to do, ask, is it legal? Is it morally right? So morally, legally, ethically, okay? Just keep making mistakes, and then you become better and better after every mistake. Make it a learning lesson.
Oh, that is very profound. Very, very good advice for youngsters. Then, the other group of people I come across are those like maybe 40, 50, and even in Singapore it's okay, but in mainland China, a lot of age like 50 plus, they are like retired, okay, or stay home, to take care of their grandchildren. Yeah, for this group of people, what kind of advice can we give them?
Oh, good, my favorite. Okay, so you think you're retired, great, you have a lot of time, you stay at home. So my advice is continue to learn. Never stop learning. I think the young people have young things to learn. The more elderly people, the more mature people like us, 40, 50, of course I'm older, yeah? We also got things to learn. One, to catch up what's happening in the trend. And learning always keeps your mind alert, active. So we grow old gracefully. People get dementia because their brain stop growing and then they get bored, they get dull. The next thing, why you must learn? Just now we say, if you stay at home, you're going to look after our grandchildren. Can you imagine if you don't learn? How can you teach new things to your grandchildren?
That is so important.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and not just showing them a mobile phone or an iPad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you need to know what game to play with the children.
Yeah,
because
you're right.
can you imagine you stay at home with your children and you stop learning? your grandchildren will learn things from you.
Right.
How good can you
Can
be?
your grandchildren be right?
Yeah, that's right. So I
That's
was
very scary. Think about it.
So remember, you can't teach them things you don't know. Yeah, you can't give it you don't have.
Yeah, right.
I have to stay at home. I have so much time. Learn. Today there are so many things to learn in the world. We always say the telephone, YouTube, or whatever channel, your popular platform. Those are the best tools, schools that you can learn. There are also some live event, live seminar you can go. And don't stop learning for me.
因为呢，在中国呢，我是觉得像那种婆婆级、奶奶级的，我是觉得我们是更需要学习。为什么？因为呢，很多的我们的年龄的人呢，在国内呢，很多已经退休了，退休下来，然后很多都在家里照顾孙子也许是内孙，也许是外孙。所以我觉得这个呢，会造就什么？我是觉得我们的责任更大。为什么？因为你看哦。孙子在成长的时候，你给予他们什么样的理念？所以持续学习呢是太重要了，你才有办法呢把他教育的更好。因为如果你没有吸收新的知识，没有吸收呢现在的趋势，了解到整个大环境的转变，你将给予你的孙子教育他们成为更好的人。我是觉得你讲到这个重点，我是觉得太重要的。不要以为我退下了，我只是照顾他有没有吃饭然后呢就给他一个手机让他去看，我觉得这个是最要命的。OK， 因为呢，如果很早的时间你给小朋友拿到手机他以后人际关系就完了。因为他呢，全部的精神呢会投入在那个玩手机的乐趣，他已经不会跟人家沟通了。这个我是觉得是最恐怖的。You know,
we should continue to teach them our values. You're only surrounded by your kids at home, so it's very important that who you surround yourself to be. You know. Now, I also feel that Vivien, we both. I have 4 grandchildren.
I also got 4 grandsons.
We both got 4 grandsons. My grandson, the oldest one, is already 17 years old. Youngest 5. Yours a bit younger, I know.
Yeah, mine is. I think my oldest is 10. The youngest one is like less than 8 months.
Yeah. So when we have grandchildren, look, both of us are still working.
Yes.
We are traveling around the world.
You're right.
We take care of ourselves. We shop. We do a lot of shopping. Dress ourselves well. We look good.
Yes. We exercise.
Exactly. So I think this is called living life to the full.
Yes.
So the more then you need to have is me time, because you also don't want to face your grandchildren every day, right? So you need to have friends. You need to surround yourself with people who empower you, or if you are so successful, you retired, you need to empower and mentor other people. There are a lot of people who's around you may need your help, so go and put yourself out, and go and enjoy yourself so you can live a good, meaningful life.
Yeah, I think that's so important.
Correct.
At least we live the value of our life,
exactly.
I'm not saying that, when I retire, there's a time where I let go. Okay, I don't have to do anything. And just relax. I think that's the worst thing.
Correct. Especially if you are successful, you have money. You cannot bring money to your graveyard.
Yeah, it's true.
You need to, give yourself that treat. That you deserve. You need to treat yourself well now because you work so hard when you are young.
Yes.
So I think need to go out and have a good time yourself. And make new friends.
Meet new friends, I think is so important.
Today, you see, we can have friends not just limited in your country. You can have friends that is outside the country that you can communicate through the internet.
Yes.
Yeah. So don't limit yourself. Don't stay in the comfort zone.
And I think more importantly is just that, besides all those, spending time on ourselves, buying whatever we want to buy, go wherever we want to go, meet new people. I think more important is just that, I think something we have to think about it. The day when we leave the world or leave this earth, what can we leave behind?
Exactly.
I think that's more important.
Legacy.
The legacy. What is the legacy that you're going to leave behind? That's the reason why we find that, the only way to leave behind legacy is how can you impact another human being.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We just learned yesterday
the impact.
The meaning of impact.
Yes.
I make people act.
Yeah, it's true. I think that is so profound. Yeah. You want to explain a little bit more?
Okay, so we are now here in Penang with 61 people in a program called Making the Stage. Making the Stage is about making an impact not just to be a trainer, but how do you live a life with an impact in the 4 areas of physical, mental, spiritual, and socially. Yeah, and I think impact. As we learn this word, in fact, you can remember easily. Impact is I make people act. Okay, impact.
Yeah.
And what's the meaning of act? Act means I make people take action.
Action.
Okay, and then I make people A action. C is celebrate.
Celebrate. I think that's so important,
we
right?
We talk about earlier.
Yeah.
Life is a celebration. Good and bad, you celebrate.
Yes.
Because you are grateful, okay, as long as you are still alive.
Yeah.
Life is not a bed of roses. So again, small win, big win, celebrate.
Yeah.
So that you anchor it, you appreciate, you are grateful. And the last one is T. Today, sometimes good and bad with social media, ChatGPT, DeepSeek. People don't think already. A lot of us, we are getting lazy because. So I think the last one is called think. Actually, we have to teach people to think now.
It's true.
It's so funny.
It's true.
It's like breathing.
Yeah.
Sometimes we think we take air for granted, but actually the way we breathe was so wrong.
Yeah.
If you come to our seminar,
Yeah.
you'll be shocked to learn that. Wow. We breathe wrongly all these years.
Yeah.
So similarly on thinking, that we need to learn to think nowadays,
Yes.
because thinking also has been taken for granted. So
Even you're
you see,
right.
So
I think thinking is so important.
correct. So that's why we believe that you come this program will help you to take action. Will also push you to celebrate life, good or bad, big or small. Finally, to even learn to think.
Yeah.
Learn to think. Of course,
I think this thinking is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because everybody is talking about, we are now in the AI,
exactly.
era. But no matter how it is, AI is just gathering all the information in the market. But you cannot kind of follow totally. You still need to have your own difference, right? So I think thinking is so important.
And another example of thinking is, if you remember, I'm sure, same you and I, in the olden days, in the past, we used to remember our phone number.
Yeah. Now I can't remember.
I mean, except my own number, my family level number, I cannot remember my phone, office phone, my friend's phone.
You're right.
Because it's all in
Because one press.
In the phone,
One touch.
one press.
Yeah.
I feel so sad sometimes.
Yeah.
We don't even want to remember number that we used to grow up, right?
Yeah.
That we write on the paper.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
and
it's
then we
true.
practice it.
Yeah.
So I feel that this whole concept of thinking has changed. So we need to now make effort to think. Some of the things really have to think.
I think remembering numbers is also very good to prevent dementia.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because if not, we stop remembering things. The brain will deteriorate. The brain cells. Our 10,000, not necessary you have to finish off within an hour. You can take your time. You got to move. What we want is consistent movement from you. Don't sit behind your desk whole day. Stand up and walk. And your walk to health. Become more healthy, more young, more happy. So we wish you all the best.
All the best.
Bye-bye.
Bye.